Hi, good morning. If I'm looking fresh, maybe that's a sense of accomplishment. I wanted to do these streams for 7 days and I'm able to do it. A couple of things I'm exploring is about the productivity hacks, we say, right? Nowadays, mm, atomic habits has become a big craze, and people are trying to do this habit stacking and all that. And I was a big fan of Seven Habits for Highly Effective People. For many years, I tried to implement, but in the background, though I felt they are not useful and they don't work. Over the years, I think you pick up some nuances, some essence of those principles, and then it becomes part of you. I think that is something I'm realizing. But now I'm on a mission to explore all that learning and build my own model which helps me at least. Maybe I can share with others, but the intention or the desire to develop that model is at least it should make my life easier and help me to explore my full potential and create some tangible results, because that is what matters, right? End of the day, either you have results or reasons why you don't have results, and results nobody questions. So that is how it is. A couple of things which I found are useful is one I think I shared. I written a blog on this concept called vector. Vector is again a physics term, right? Vector has a direction and speed. So that is something I'm realizing more and more is if our purpose is clear, then your actions will follow. And along with that, if you also do those actions faster without getting into this analysis paralysis, the chances of you reaching your goals are much higher. The second element which I'm also exploring is the goals. Having a clear, measurable goal is also important. So framing that goal is also another next part of that. So something I need to work on that. And when setting goals, most often we don't realize that we think we can have everything in life. Like you can't have everything in life. It's very important to understand if you choose one, you're letting go other 100 options, because always life gives you with multiple options, right? So it's important to understand what you're letting go. Suppose if I decide to stay in UK, I am letting go the opportunity to stay back in India. I could have stayed in Australia, I could have stayed in Canada, I could have stayed in US, Netherlands, Russia, Japan, all that, right? The whole world you exclude and then you make choose. So that is the one important dimension. So whenever you make a decision, there is a first order consequence. Suppose, say, if you start a business, so the first order consequence maybe you're independent. You're no more bound by the constraints of an organization and these appraisals and pleasing your boss and all that. That is the first order consequence. Second order consequence is that your business may or may not work, so it might add up a lot of stress. And but in the third order consequences, over a period, if business works and it starts making money, and if you're happy, it gives you unlocks an enormous amount of freedom also. That's the third order consequence. And fourth order consequence may be that your business may be adding and benefiting the economy and all that. So there are different things. We have to look at first order, second order, and third order consequences, at least when you make decisions. Then having clarity about what I want and what I need, what I can do and what I cannot do. So that is also another important factor. And when you're looking for what I want or and something which are aspirational, you can always look at the dimensions of what is in your control and what is not in your control. So to start your business, maybe you can work on your product, your service, and all customer service. All that is in your hand. What is not in your hand is how customer perceives it, or uh, if there are some regulatory changes, some suddenly there is a tax increase, all those things you cannot control. So you need to be mindful of what is in your control and what is not in your control. What is in not your control also might be the changes, the competition, the marketplace, all that. So having a fair amount of understanding about what is in your control and what is not in your control is also important. And third dimension, which I find fascinating, is whenever you make a decision, right, or when you want to go ahead in life, the first thing what we look at is what I know. Suppose I want to invest in a company or an idea. So what I know is what I look at is the potential of that idea, the market value. So all that things I know. And sometimes I may not know a lot of things, maybe how it will perform in Indian market or how it will perform in China. So when we don't know something, we spend more time and collect that data, right? So you get to know. Same thing. Maybe even in a personal life, if you want to grow to a next level in your career, you might realize that you do not have knowledge of AI and machine learning, but you also know that you are a very good Java developer. You can architect large enterprise level solutions. These are all things you know. Then suddenly what happens, you, as soon as you know that machine learning and AI is not something you know, you might attend some trainings and make it you know. So you always look at what I don't know and learn and collect data and make it what I know. So we always, that's a, we call as now lifelong learning, right? So we keep expanding our knowledge base. But in order to get what you really want, there is another dimension which most often we neglect or we're not aware, is what is that I do not know that I do not know. Like what is that you don't know and you're not aware of that at all. Suppose instead of spending time in AI and machine learning, you should have improved your communication skills, maybe English, written English or spoken English, or your confidence levels. That might have given a exponential growth in your career. That is something, sometimes it looks like a black box because you behave and act in certain way. So most of the people in your circle will accept that. So nobody will question that why don't you work on your confidence and communication skills. And this that keeps on going, then you keep accumulating more and more technical knowledge and then still worry why I'm not growing in my career. So that element, that what is required for your career growth is confidence and communication skill, is an area which you do not know that you do not know. Like I don't know that I don't know. Maybe some serendipitously or some through coaching or some intervention, if you get that, then you work on it, then you might suddenly see an exponential growth in your career. So even for businesses, there are always factors which are hidden, which are like unknown unknowns, we say, right? That things which you do not know that you do not know that are impacting your business. There may be a lot of other factors which you may not know because it's impossible to know everything in life, right? But they may not have that significant impact. But at least you should have an idea about factors which impact your business and your life. So the how we might ask that question: how can I explore that what I do not know that I do not know? There is no simple answer for that. One is listening to people, taking feedback, being open about what people say without judging or defending. That developing the asking feedback, I think, is was one way to explore that, and also spending a deep like high quality time in doing a reflection, like doing a reflective thing, like thinking yourself what might be the area. But one caution is, don't get into that analysis paralysis kind of a mode. Then you'll not take an action because always you're thinking, you're reflecting, you're collecting feedback in that desire to unlock that potential. But because there may be sometimes there may not be any strong reason also, even in the area which you do not know, that do not know, there may not be anything. So there no point spending a lot of time in that also. But being aware is important. That's what my whole message is. So I'm happy that I was able to do this 7-day practice sessions. Mostly I might continue these going forward, and see where it takes. But I am on a mission to explore and help people to find their own potential and get into the goals and achieve their goals. So whatever I can, I'll try to help them in that. So I hope you enjoyed this, and please subscribe to my channel. That gives me some kind of a motivation to do more of this. But definitely don't click on that notification items. I don't like people getting notified, because that's so much of distraction. We need to focus, so don't click on that bell icon. I do not want you to be notified. But just subscribe, and whenever you feel, come and then watch whatever, and ask questions. That will be very helpful. Thank you. Take care, and have a wonderful weekend and week ahead. Bye.